Alright, welcome back to Kathy Rain. Sorry for the short break. Probably for some of you, the longest break you've ever experienced. But we're back with Kathy Rain. And what did we want to do? I don't think we needed to go here. I think I just wanted to go to my base. And now I can go back outside again. I should have checked my note first, just to see if I have to go back again. Okay, so we went to Constance Hill, we went to Bear Creek, and now we'll go to Verdon Street to look for, well, not for Eric, he's dead. Also, not really spoiler alert, just a small information. This was part of the Lost recording, but I didn't get too far, actually. But yeah. And it's been a couple of weeks, so I forgot everything, so this is all new for me as well.
A missing cat, roommate wanted, junk for sale. Oh, and a Rachel complaining about neighbors blasting satanic death cult metal music. I gotta meet this neighbor, and maybe bring my boombox for good measure.
You know what? It doesn't matter what kind of music. It's not about how cool you are and what music you like and don't like. It's the noise. And it always depends on when you play the music and for how long. Throughout the day, for an hour, that's fine. Throughout the day for 8 hours, blasting, that's just shitty. And in the night, no. So I'm on Rachel's side, actually. You know? But I'm not as cool as Kathy, I guess. Oh shit, we can't even look at the bike? Maybe there's a backstory and I saw the door. Well, let's go to the roof first and check it out.
Pretty tasteless if it wasn't here before the murder.
Yeah, but the possibility that it was here or was done for the murder is very low. Also, second graffiti we are commenting on.
I think I'll save my climbing quota for later.
That's not climbing, that's just stepping up.
Frag. Boy, this person gets around. I've seen their work all over town.
Third comment about graffiti. I wonder if there will be something with a graffiti sprayer. Splayer. Aw, that's sad.
Hello, Eric. Sorry you had to die like this. It's all generic condolences. Except this note here. I miss you. It should have been us. May God watch over you. R.W.
Remember the note in the corridor about a Rachel complaining about music?
All dried up. No surprise, it's been months since the murder. Hello, Eric. Sorry you had to die like this.
Yeah.
God,
Very
I wish
sad.
my apartment building had working AC. Been nagging my landlord for months about it.
We don't even have non-working ACs in Germany because it wasn't a thing before climate change that temperatures were so high. And that's why a lot of experts living in Berlin are dying of the heat. Alright, is that it? Do we... anything else? Candles?
Tons of spent candles. After dark, this little shrine must have looked quite nice under candlelight.
Yeah, that's why they did it, just for the aesthetics, Kathy. I'm sorry, I remember I don't like her really, so it's a little bit... I shouldn't be that snappy. Okay. Don't we wanna... That's his, right?
Eric Holloway?
Yeah.
Nothing but overdue bills. I don't think that's worth tampering with.
You don't need to tamper, you can just pull it out. I mean... pfft.
Standard issue forensic seal. If somebody unauthorized is caught breaking this, they're going to jail.
I mean, didn't we do that in the cabin? You know, so... I guess all bets are off.
Eric's apartment under lock and seal.
Alright.
I always wanted to get a chance to use one of those things. Make a real mess somewhere. The next door neighbor of Eric. No reason to bother them unless I have reason to believe they knew Eric well.
Do we have the nameplate? There we go.
Rachel Wang. Oh, that's RW. Rachel must be the one who wrote that note on the roof.
Investigate Warden Street. Oh, okay. Listen.
I should try to learn everything I can about Eric and his murder at the Verdant Street apartment building.
All right. Okay, so nothing here.
Hooked on Jesus, huh?
Well, some people kind of need it.
Who is it?
Hey, I just want to talk about Eric. I'm a private investigator.
Not a good one.
No. No more detectives. Please, go away.
Well, that went well. I guess she doesn't trust people in my line of work.
Earn Rachel's trust.
It seems that Rachel doesn't trust PIs. Maybe I need a different approach. I shouldn't be pushy about it. I need to figure out a different approach.
Okay. I thought we could just pretend we're someone else.
It's Eileen's business card. Eileen Summers, junior reporter.
Can we
The
pretend to
work
be...
number here might be useful. I'll add it to my notebook.
Oh. Okay. Good. Can we pretend that we're Eileen?
There's a Bible quote printed on the back. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. John 8:32.
Can we use that one?
Hey, it's Rachel, right? I dropped my card in your mailbox. I just want to talk.
You're a Christian reporter? What do you want?
Only to talk to you about Eric. It's for a story, a respectful one.
Oh, I suppose that would be all right.
I'm glad. Could you open the door? It's hard for me to hear you out here.
Did you wash your hands? I can't risk getting any germs in here.
Of course. Can I come in?
No, I prefer it like this. I have a weak immune system.
Sure, no problem.
Okay. Ask your questions then.
Ooh. Also, wouldn't she have realized that this was the same voice like seconds after the PI? I mean, but alright. I mean, I'm happy. Eric.
So, let's talk about Eric.
All right. What do you want to know?
What was Eric like as a person?
Oh, he was just such a kind, loving man. Not a bad bone in his body. He had so much going for him. But then bad things happened, sending him down a dark path.
Oh.
What bad things?
Sarah, the girl he was planning to marry, she killed herself.
Oh, damn. How did he cope with that?
He became depressed. I did my best to help. Tried so hard to be his friend and bring Jesus into his life, but he wouldn't let me.
I see. What happened next?
He started doing drugs. He was out of it on more than one occasion, acting all confused out in the hallway. One time, he was so messed up, I had to help him to his bed. I saw lots of paraphernalia.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Well, then there was all the women, of course. All those filthy harlots and temptresses. They just couldn't leave him alone.
Number one. Did she really die by suicide, or was it another murder that no one knows about yet? And the drug, is that the designer drug? Very interesting. Okay. What kind of relationship do you have with Eric? Did she have a crush, or is she just generally very concerned about him? Because the harlots and temptresses is kind of like, sounds a little bit like jealousy.
What kind of relationship did you have with Eric?
I loved Eric. I truly did, with all my heart.
But it wasn't reciprocated?
I know it was deep down. He just couldn't find a way to convey it. I'm sure he would have realized that one day we were meant to be together, if it wasn't for all those despicable floozies.
No. No. Absolutely not. No. I'm sorry, Rachel. You know, you're probably a very nice gal, but that's not how any of this works.
Was Eric seeing a lot of women when he died?
Too many to count. They kept dragging him back into sin. I prayed and I prayed, but they kept on coming. It didn't end until one of those Jezebels killed him. I know it in my heart. That's what happened.
Did any of the women stick out in some way? Maybe one of them acted suspicious?
Not that I can remember. I'd have to check my... no.
You'd have to check your... what? Your diary?
I misspoke. Don't mind me. I get confused sometimes.
Did she maybe take pictures or have a secret camera somewhere that was aimed at his door? Or even in his flat, because if she carried him to bed one time, she would have had the opportunity.
What can you tell me about Eric's murder?
I wish I had something to share about that horrible day, but I was out like a light after taking something to help me sleep. If I'd have been awake, maybe I could have done something.
It wasn't your fault, Rachel. When did you first learn about Eric's death?
The morning after. I didn't see his body, which I'm grateful for. I did witness the blood, though, which was horrific enough.
I can imagine. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary during the days before the murder?
No, nothing. Eric and I hadn't spoken for a while.
Alright, I think that's it. Also, how funny is it with the card? I don't think... Sometimes a break is a good thing, because it feels like that accidentally happened. It had nothing to do with me thinking through things, you know. I just saw the card and slid it through. Alright, I want to know about the drug. Maybe she knows about it.
Have you ever heard of a drug called pyre?
Goodness, no. I want nothing to do with drugs.
Alright, yeah, okay. Club of Hearts?
Have you heard of the Club of Hearts?
I haven't. Never been there.
Do you know who Hannah Verdew is?
No, I haven't heard that name before.
Okay.
What can you tell me about yourself, Rachel?
Well, my family is Korean. We belong to a Methodist church. As for me personally, I guess I'm not that interesting. I don't go out much.
Due to your immune system?
Yes, not that any of the doctors believe me. Agents of Satan.
Uh-huh. What do you do to support yourself, then?
I've been between jobs for a while now. I get help from my family in the church.
Oof. That must be a hard life. Okay, maybe one of these were his ex-girlfriends?
What do you know about Rose Taylor, the first Soothsayer victim?
Not much. I just know that the police think that she was stabbed to death by the same person that murdered Eric.
Maybe the burn victim. No, he, of course, if his previous ex killed herself, then she was not the burn victim. Okay.
Do you know Deborah Sinclair, the author?
I've heard her name, but I'm not much of a reader.
All right.
What do you know about Jane Doe, the fourth Soothsayer victim?
I heard she was burned alive. I can't imagine the pain.
I like that most people, either they don't care at all, or they're like, I've heard about it, but I don't know much more, which is very realistic. And I guess this town is moderately, like, not a super small town, but still, you know, small enough that everything's kind of local. So it makes sense that people know what's going on.
Do you know the Azure Sky Motel?
That's where the first victim of the Soothsayer was staying. I don't know much else than that, though.
Like, she reads up on it, probably because of Eric.
Are you familiar with the King of Kings Catholic Church?
I've heard of it, but I belong to a different church.
Okay.
What do you know about scrying mirrors?
Foul implements, used for witchcraft and black magic. You should steer clear of them.
I won't. I won't.
What do you know about Benedict Townsend, the deacon killed by the Soothsayer?
I know that he was a prominent figure in charity work all around Cassidy. My pastor even held a sermon in his memory.
What do you know about the Soothsayer?
Only that he's an irredeemable demon. I have faith that when his time comes, God will judge him harshly for all the misery he has caused.
Okay, let's see.
I don't want to ask her about
Okay.
that. I don't want to ask her about that.
Aw.
I've noticed quite a few tokens of remembrance around. It seems Eric will be missed.
You don't know the half of it. This place is nothing but a hollow shell without him.
I don't want to ask her about that. I can see that no one has moved into Eric's apartment yet.
Not yet. No. The police haven't allowed it.
I don't want to ask her about that.
Okay. I think that's it.
I don't want to show that to her.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're done.
That's all my questions. Thanks.
You're welcome. Bye now, and God bless you.
Yeah. You too. Poor girl, this Rachel. She seems to have quite a few issues. I'm not sure how reliable her information on Eric is. In any case, I think I'm done here for today.
Okay, but she seems to have pictures or video material. Maybe the cross has a camera, by the way. So we're done for now. Okay. Yes, this was very smooth. Unexpectedly so, because I got stuck the last time. The first time I played this, and this section. I haven't played the game before. And thought I would get stuck again, but no, this was nice. Vroom vroom! Alright, let's go to King of Kings.
The King of Kings Catholic Church, established 1904. Rows and rows of buried folks. Makes me think of Grandma. I'm glad I got a chance to reconnect with her a few years ago. This place is smack dab in the middle of the city, huh? Not sure what that building is, but it looks related to the church.
Maybe that's where the deacon or whoever pastor, I know there's differences, lives. Some have the house very close by.
So that's the King of Kings. It doesn't look very regal.
It's very cute for a church.
Looks like someone is having engine trouble. Hey there. How's it going?
No time to chat, young lady. I gotta get this old bird up and running. You'll have to come back later.
Engine trouble? Can I help?
Maybe so. As long as you aren't a complete dimwit. See that toolbox?
Yeah, what about it?
It's real simple. I'll ask you for tools. You hand them over, one by one.
No problem. Sounds easy enough.
Good. Just don't hand me the wrong thing. That would be an abject disaster.
I think I can handle it. I happen to know a thing or two about engines.
That's so. There should be smooth sailing then. Let me know when you're ready.
I hope she helps me because, you know, Kathy, you do know a lot about engines. I do not. So I hate when characters, you know, are like, I know a thing or two, and I'm like, I don't. Will you help me then? But we'll see. We'll see before I complain.
All right, I'm ready. What do you need?
Hand over the medium-sized wrench, will ya? Not the rusty one.
Adjustable wrench, wrench. So not the rusty one, this one. And she doesn't help me. That's the thing, Kathy. Yeah, you know a thing or two. Why not share it with me? We're in this together. That's why I don't like you. Okay. Let's go with it. Head over.
Lord, give
No.
me strength. Medium wrench, not the rusty
Well, it
one.
looked like the medium wrench because that's a very long wrench. That's a very small wrench. Maybe that? What is this?
Can you repeat that?
Oh, no, that's
Medium
not what
wrench.
Okay.
All right. Now something to cut a wire and check the voltage.
Small flat screwdriver, multimeter, long pliers, generic pliers, rubber mallet, big Phillips screwdriver, adjustable hex keys.
I don't think
Oh, I
that's
can
the
pick
right
two.
number of tools.
Okay, I didn't know that. I mean, do I need the long probably generic? Okay. Oh, yeah.
Lord,
what?
give me strength.
Well, isn't that just great?
Medium wrench.
Oh,
not the
what?
rusty
We
one.
have to start again. Alright. He said something, I clicked. I'm sorry. I wanted to.
All right. Now,
Why are cutting pliers? Oh. Okay. Okay. Okay, I get it.
that's finished. What's next? Give me the regular pliers and then the big Phillips screwdriver. Now I need the key set, the mini wrench, and the other big screwdriver, not the one you gave me before.
Okay. The key set. Which wrench? This one? And then the other big screwdriver. What?
For heaven's sake.
What?
Rats. I lost my focus again. Back
That's
to
not how it
square
works.
one.
That's not how it works. Is that the mini wrench? Because it's the small... No, this is the mini wrench. This is the 8. It's the smallest. Okay. Alright. I'm sorry you have to see this. This is embarrassing for me. I know, but also I can't be bothered to feel really embarrassed about it. It is what it is. I'll just blame the heat.
Okay, that
Because
part
it's
is
hot.
handled.
What?
Hand over the rusty wrench. Something to bash with. And the small flat screwdriver,
Alright,
will
yeah,
you?
finally the mallet. This one. And wait,
Can you
and the
repeat?
small
Rusty
flat
wrench.
screwdriver. There we go.
I got a 6-inch bolt here. A real oily little thing. First, I need something to clean it with, and then a tool to grip it properly. Hand me the other type of screwdriver. Same size as the last one you gave me. Also, I need a wrench 2 sizes smaller than the last fixed size wrench.
Didn't I use the smallest possible? Wait, what?
Can you repeat?
Let's have the other
Same size.
screwdriver. Same size. And drop a couple of inches from the last fixed size wrench
Yeah, I
you
gave you
me.
the smallest wrench. I don't know how that's... There's a reason why I haven't played any of those, games, the horror games where you have rooms and you monitor them and then you have to click on the stuff that changed, because that, I will not notice that. I'm not for details when it comes to these things.
Let's have the other screwdriver. Same size. And drop a couple of inches from the last fixed size wrench you gave
What
me.
does a couple mean, 2? So same size, and then we had the 12, so let's do the 10. Oh, okay, good. It's a bit tedious, but it's
I
fine.
think that did it.
Oh,
Hit the ignition, lass.
Okay, hang on.
I have a name.
Praise the Lord.
I prefer to go
Tinker.
by Kathy, but thanks.
I didn't quite catch that, young lady.
Oh, never mind. Now I think I've deserved a little chat. You're Reverend Winters, right?
Indeed. Hugh Winters at your service. And who might you be?
The name is Rain, Kathy Rain. I'm a private investigator.
Oh, I see. Another one. Very well, ask your questions then.
Can you tell me about Deacon Townsend? What was he like as a person?
I can, if you call him Ben. That's what he always preferred.
Oh, sure, I will. What was Ben like?
I'm glad you asked, because these days most people know him as Ben, the murder victim. Isn't it a tragedy how a man's life's work can be so utterly overshadowed by his final moments?
Tragic indeed. Perhaps you can help me get a more nuanced view?
I'll try. Ben was a good man, a good Christian, and he always managed to stay optimistic despite leading quite a difficult life.
Difficult how?
I shouldn't say. He wouldn't want me to share all of his secrets. But trust me, he carried great pain.
Fair enough. Did he have any immediate family?
No, and he never married. He had distant relatives out of state, but as far as I know, they were estranged.
Okay. Next of kin?
Never came into play. He had a written will and left everything to charity.
Got it. Thanks.
Don't sound so disappointed, Kathy. Jesus, this is probably a close friend of his.
Care to tell me about your church?
Well, the King of Kings is a Catholic church with roots nearly as old as the city itself. These days, we're a fairly small congregation, around 200 active parishioners.
I see. So, how long have you been a priest here?
Coming up on 30 years now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, that's a long time.
I suppose so, yes. But I've been nothing but content here until the murder, that is. Things will never be the same.
Yeah, I can imagine. What do you know about scrying mirrors?
Well, they're pagan instruments used for millennia. It would seem to me they have some ritualistic purpose for the Soothsayer.
What makes you say that? Couldn't they just be a signature or a decoy even?
No, I was there. That room, it was a place of sacrifice.
Oh.
The view of my departed friend was a monstrous display. I shall never forget it.
So, the reason I really came here was to ask about the Soothsayer.
Very well, go ahead.
Were you the one who found Ben at the scene?
Yes, I was. In the rectory. Right here behind us.
Do you mind if I have a look inside?
Yes, I mind. It's my home. But the police already ransacked the place, and we had the whole room refurbished for the reconsecration.
I understand. Can you walk me through what happened that night, then?
Well, I came back late, after traveling. The front door was unlocked, which is unusual, but not overly alarming. I entered and kept quiet in case Ben was asleep, but it didn't take long for me to notice that his bedroom door was wide open. That's when my eye caught the shadow of his hanging body. I ran up to the doorway and saw him on full display, and, well, I froze from shock. It was immediately clear that there was nothing I could do. He wasn't moving. He wasn't making a sound, and his face was blue. The world didn't make sense until I got my bearings. Took a small step and heard the cracks of broken glass under my shoe. Saw the mirror shards, and I realized that he didn't do that to himself. Someone must have done it to him. I carefully backed out of the room, called the emergency services, and they arrived shortly thereafter.
Did you notice any other relevant details in the room?
No, like I said, I was in shock. My friend was dead, murdered. I needed to get the authorities there, and I had to go pray.
Understandable. Who do you think did this to Ben?
I don't know. But he had plans to meet someone that night. A lost soul, he said. I never inquired in detail, saw no need to ask more. Now I obviously wish I had.
Did Ben keep records of his meetings?
He did, but none were found, so I can only assume that the killer disposed of them.
Sounds likely. Was there anyone that he was seeing like this regularly?
I'm sure. I wouldn't know any specifics. I haven't been involved in that work lately.
I see. Thanks.
Alright, let's go through the others, and I want to show him the obsidian shard. Maybe he knows something about it, because he seems to be quite knowledgeable about the mirror, and he's seen the one, you know, in real life, so, okay.
What do you know about Deborah Sinclair?
Except for Ben,
Okay.
I don't know much about any of these murder victims.
Alright, thanks for that information.
Do you know the Azure Sky Motel?
Never heard of it.
Have you ever heard of a drug called pyre?
I haven't, no. Why would you ask that?
Drug tests have shown that the Soothsayer victims had pyre in their bloodstream when they were killed.
That's preposterous. Ben wouldn't go near anything like that. He didn't even drink coffee.
Oh.
Covertly drugged then, maybe? Or coerced?
Something along those lines. The Ben I knew would never voluntarily abuse narcotics.
Do you know who Hannah Verdew is?
I don't know.
Okay.
Do you know the Club of Hearts?
It may come as a shock to you, but I'm not the clubbing type.
Well, it's a literature club as well, right? So it's not that... But yeah, he probably doesn't know.
Does the name Rachel Wang mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not, my child.
Okay. Bob?
I don't want to show that to him.
What? But that's so...
I don't want to ask him about that.
Okay.
Forgive my ignorance, but what is a rectory exactly?
A rectory houses the living quarters for the serving pastor. Me, that is. And it also contains office space and guest rooms for other important members of the congregation.
I don't want to ask him about that.
Okay. Why is it there then?
Care to tell me about your church?
Well, the King of Kings is a Catholic church with roots. These days, we're fairly
I see.
coming up on...
Oh, wow.
I suppose so.
Yeah. I don't want to ask him about that. I don't want to ask him about that. I don't want to ask him about that.
Why is it an option?
I'm glad we managed to resuscitate your old bird, even though I rarely tinker with anything that has more than 2 wheels.
Biker, born and bred, are you? I used to drive a Zenkai in my younger days.
Oh, no shit. That's neat.
I guess. I don't know.
I don't want to show that to
Okay.
him.
Handwritten note. Yeah, I guess that's it then.
All right, that's all. I'll let you get back to the repairs.
Very well. Take care, young lady.
All right, looks like that's all I'll be able to learn about the deacon here today.
Maybe we'll return at some point.
Stained glass windows. With a new paint job and the right lighting, I bet this place could make a killer nightclub. Oh, and I've got the best name for it too. The Song of Sin. Premier Cassidy Nightclub. 24/7 satanic death metal.
Oh, you're so edgelord. Kathy, oh my god. But genuinely, churches are perfectly built for acoustics. So concerts in churches, that's why they sound like they're perfect. A lot of clubs are actually not built for good acoustics. So if you, like, there's quite a few churches nowadays, at least in Berlin, where you have like other concerts than like Christian choirs, etc. So try them out, because they're really, it's a different experience, because the whole church is built to carry voices and carry music. Anyways, ask Meadow about mirrors. Yeah, I guess, but no. Rum, 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 rum. Okay, Meadows trailer. Oh my god.
Good selection. I'm partial to cacti myself. Not a big fan of the flower, but roasted seeds? Yum.
Who doesn't like sunflowers? That is the weirdest thing I've ever... Who is not a fan... Generally, who is not a fan of flowers and who's not a fan of sunflowers? And I get it if you have allergies, but I don't think there's a specific allergy for sunflowers are so... Okay, I stop. It's... God, I don't get her.
If it wasn't for the atrocious backdrop, those could have actually provided some cozy ambiance.
It's just, she's so edgy. It's like, oh, cacti, I love them. Oh, sunflower, no, that's too happy for me. Oh, we get it, Kathy, we get it. You're miserable.
Oh god, that thing is hideous.
I hope I get to like her at some point.
Oh god, that thing is hideous.
It kind of is, yeah. But it's the painting mainly that's hideous. Alright, I guess we're going in.
Oh, my lord.
What? Did I step in something nasty on my way here?
Have you attended to your root chakra lately?
I can't say I've been keeping tabs on that one.
Oh, you're such a treasure. Oh, how do I put this? Your root chakra is dog shit. It's a really crappy chakra. If I was a doctor and we were talking about your knee or shoulder, I would suggest just cutting it off. Just cut it right off. It's that bad.
Tell me how you really feel.
Oh, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. My chakras are in balance, from my toes all the way to the top of my noggin.
That's just peachy. Look, Eileen told you I was coming, right?
Oh, you're her! Oh, that's marvelous! Oh, wow. Okay.
What the heck is going on?
I'm sorry, but I can't have such blatant discord in my home. Take this pendant, love. I need a single photograph of you wearing it. Lotus position. Find a place in nature touched by fire, earth, and wind.
I have no idea what you just said.
That's funny. See you later.
I actually know. I think.
What a weirdo. If I want her help, I guess I need to find a spot to take that photo. Fire, earth, wind.
I know. But it's kind of dark. And I know she's supposed to be unlikable because Kathy is so cool and she's, you know, and she is kind of annoying, but I would say she's not more annoying than Kathy is in her own way. They're two different personalities of people I would find kind of annoying. I think Constance Hill is the best because there's fire, right? And there's wind, we can see it here, it's windy. And it's earth, and it's kind of dark to do it that way, but I guess we're doing it. Also, let's read up on the chakra pendant. Amy? Amy? Aha, Amy. Whoa, Amy.
I've got earth covered in this position, but I'm still missing both wind and fire.
Why are you sitting down then? Why are you sitting down? That, and also, you could keep it on. Okay, then go to the scorch marks.
I already looked here. There's no clues to be... That should be it. I better get this back to Meadow.
That was fast. Kind of needless, but yeah. Anything new? No. Okay. Ah! Double click makes her walk faster. The old point and click thing. Trick. Best practice. Alright, let's go back.
Gente!
Wow,
Ooh.
look at you! You're positively glowing!
Thanks, I guess. I took that picture you wanted.
Oh, that's okay. I can see that your chakra is well taken care of. Oh, aren't you supposed to have scars, though?
Scars? What are you on about? I've got plenty of emotional ones, if that counts.
Oh, never mind. I must be confusing you with someone else. Have a seat, love.
Huh. What? That is weird. Are we entering multiverse territory here? Or a doppelganger, Kathy? Very weird. Okay, scrying mirrors.
So,
yeah.
Eileen tells me you know a thing or two about scrying mirrors.
Sorry.
You could say that. I am a practicing clairvoyant. What do you want to know?
What can a scrying mirror be used for?
A scrying mirror is a powerful artifact that can be used to channel the astral realm, perform divination, and even commune with spirits.
Ah, can you walk me through your scrying process?
Sure. First off, the room should be dimly lit, preferably by candlelight. I like to use sage smoke to cleanse the air, and then I establish a protective circle to keep any negative energies at bay. I gently place the mirror in a steady position where I can look into it without using my hands. I make sure that the surface is clean and polished. I sit down, relax, calm my thoughts, and close my eyes. I visualize my intent, the knowledge I seek. When I'm ready, I open my eyes and gaze through, not into, the mirror.
I see. And this is when you're supposed to get the visions?
With some patience, yes. The scrying is not always successful, mind you. Spirits are a fickle bunch.
I find it very interesting. I love the design of these environments. Look at the Club of Hearts poster. So we obviously will ask her about that, but we'll ask her about all the topics. It's such a neat little detail. Okay.
Why is obsidian used in traditional scrying mirrors?
Because of its rich mystical potency, of course. Obsidian is strongly grounded in the astral plane, which makes it ideal not only as a vessel for divination, but also for protecting the scryer and cleansing any negative energies.
So it's pretty much spiritual duct tape?
Ooh.
Spot on, sister.
Where can I get a scrying mirror?
You're in luck. I have a spare one right here.
Ooh. Oh, we got it. Oh, that's so nice.
Someone I don't like left it after a botched divination, so I'm totally fine with giving it to you and pretending I never saw it.
Sure. Thanks.
Oh, and just so you know, this is just made of painted glass. All serious practitioners use obsidian mirrors, so don't expect too much, okay?
I'll try to keep my expectations in check. Can we do a scrying session together?
Sure. I charge $250 per session. I can pen you in next week.
I think I'll pass on that one. What do you know about the Soothsayer?
Quite the enigma, aren't they? A soothsayer is a seer, a pursuer of wisdom. An obsessive search for truth often leads down a dark and twisted path. Perhaps that is what happened to our killer?
So do you think the Soothsayer is legit? The business with the mirrors isn't just for show?
Oh, I'm just a silly Wicca. But wouldn't it be goofy to go through all of that trouble just to make everyone think there's something they're not?
Yeah, I guess. What do you know about Deborah Sinclair, the latest Soothsayer victim?
I don't stay up to date on murders and stuff like that. No offense.
Are you familiar with the King of Kings Catholic Church?
No churches for me. Certified heathen over here.
Huh. We should form a club.
You shouldn't.
Do you know the Azure Sky Motel?
Nope, not a motel enthusiast.
Have you heard of a drug called pyre?
Nope, Good old shrooms are my kind of high.
Oh, I mean,
Huh, I can see that. Not a fan of psychedelics myself. This gal's got a truckload of emotional baggage. Way too much fuel for bad trips.
that's actually exactly my sentiment. I mean, for drugs in general. I don't trust myself to have a good time. I think that's the main gist of it, that I just don't want to have a bad time, so I just avoid it.
Do you know who Hannah Verdu is?
She does.
Of course. She's the one and only queen of the Club of Hearts.
Yeah? Are you two friendly?
Oh no, I'm just a mere patron at her club. I would be surprised if she knew I existed.
That's the second person who talked about it like this. Like she's high up in the sky.
I see on this poster of yours that you're familiar with the Club of Hearts.
Yep. It's one of my favorite spots in the city.
Yeah? What's so great about it?
Oh, everything. The vibe, the poetry, the people.
Sounds interesting. I'm planning to check the place out tomorrow.
Oh, that's super neat. I'm sure it'll do wonders for your chakras. They're still pretty crappy, you know.
Ah, yeah. I bet they are.
Sorry about appearing distracted. No, not appearing. I am distracted by my cat, so.
I don't want to ask her about that.
Yeah, I get that.
What do you make of this?
Oh, my goodness.
What?
This is thoroughly infused with trauma, highly destructive energy. Be very careful with it.
I don't want to show that to her. Do you want this back?
You should hold on to it. Your chakras still need a lot of work.
Do you want to see the photo I took when I, realigned my chakras?
Oh, no need. That photo was for you, not me.
I see on this poster of yours.
Yep.
Yeah?
Oh,
Sounds interesting.
that.
Ah, yeah. What's that glowy thing on your fridge?
Don't worry about that. It's perfectly harmless.
Oh. Now I want to know.
This incense here is, pungent.
Thanks. Do you want to know the secret?
Sure.
Smelling salts.
Uh-huh. Nice dream catchers.
Thanks, love. I made them myself.
All right, I think that's it. Bap.
Time for me to go. See ya.
Bye now.
Bye.
It's getting late. I better get back to the office so I don't end up missing Josh.
Oh yeah. May 21st, 1998, evening 2. Where's the cat? She's still sleeping?
Hey, gorgeous.
Oh, hey Josh. Come on in.
Why does he look like David Hasselhoff?
How are you, bud? Everything going okay over at the precinct?
I guess. Things are tense. The higher-ups are breathing down our necks with all this Soothsayer bullshit.
Yeah, I can imagine. But don't you worry. I'm gonna get the Soothsayer out of your hair.
That so? You know something we don't?
Maybe. Let's start with a few questions.
This should be good.
So, the Soothsayer. Got any juicy inside info to share?
I wish, but the press is all caught up with me now. I'm not part of the task force, so...
Ah, they're keeping things compartmentalized?
To the extreme. After the press leaks, they put a big lid on the case. Everything's handled on a need-to-know basis.
I see. The feds still aren't involved, though, are they?
Nah, not last I heard. The chief fought tooth and nail for that.
What do you know about Deborah Sinclair?
Like I said, I'm out of the loop on the Soothsayer.
Okay.
I can't give any details on that.
What do you know about scrying mirrors?
Not much. I didn't even know they existed before they popped up in relation to the killings.
Are you familiar with the King of Kings Catholic Church?
Not really. I just know it was where one of those murders took place.
Are you familiar with the Azure Sky Motel?
I am, but only in the context of the Soothsayer case. I'm sure you know those details already.
So, you're in the drug unit. You must have heard of pyre.
Yeah, that's an odd one. Novel narcotic, highly hallucinogenic.
What is pyre exactly?
It's a new product, so we don't have a chemical breakdown yet, but early analysis suggests a synthetic compound. It's usually encapsulated in pills, but supposedly some injected too.
What do you know about the origins of pyre?
Less than I'd like. We suspect it's locally made, but that's just our working theory based on the territory we found it in.
And what territory is that?
Within the city limits and surrounding areas.
Do you have any leads on the pyre dealers?
Nope, and not for lack of trying. These fuckers are freaking Houdinis. Every meth head has a story about them stranger than the next. Alien abductions, government experiments, you name it.
Huh. What do you think the deal is, personally?
My gut feeling is that this is a new actor on the scene, and they're being real careful not to rustle any feathers.
Whose feathers? Rival gangs?
Yep, my informants tell me that there are some bad people out for blood. They don't like competition.
Interesting. Someone told me that pyre was handed out for free. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah, I've heard similar stories. I wouldn't read too much into it, though. Things like that are common business tactics in these circles.
I think the drug is specifically for a purpose that's not drug business. And it's more like the hallucinations, cult stuff, you know? So maybe to find very specific people or have them do something or see something.
What about pyre being connected to the Soothsayer killings?
That's news to me, but they have seniors from narcotics on the task force, so it's possible they're looking at that angle.
I could, but I think I'd rather keep that to myself for the time being. It's the one clue advantage I have over the cops right now. I need to ask you a favor. I've got this print that I need to run.
Oh, yeah? This have something to do with the Soothsayer?
The less you know, the better, I think.
Huh. Sounds like a risky proposition. What's in it for me?
Well, this girl would be very, very grateful.
That's so? Well, if you put it that way.
Great. Here it is.
Okay. No guarantees, though. And it'll take time. Like I said, things are tense at the station right now.
I have faith in you, Josh.
I guess they have like a on and off relationship or like a casual hookup, because otherwise that was my face right now, because I'm like, if they're in generally attracted to each other and they hook up now and then it's totally fine. But otherwise it's kind of a weird thing, right? I mean, and I'm not anti-sex worker, by the way, you know, but Kathy is not, I guess. So yeah, I think that's it. Do you have any other?
I don't want to show that to him.
Those aren't your usual colors, are they?
Yeah, normally I wouldn't be caught dead wearing something like this.
Cute photo. What's the story?
Too silly to say out loud. Let's just say it's me going above and beyond for a case.
Okay, yeah, I think they are like a hookup, friends with benefits situation.
What do you know about scrying mirrors?
Not much.
Yeah, okay. I think that's it.
Thanks for stopping by. I have some other things I need to deal with now.
Already? Aren't you a busy bee? Nightcap before I go?
Oh, I wish, but one drink turns into multiple, and you know, this gal ain't got no time for that.
You're no fun. Well, later,
Yeah.
babe.
See ya.
Babe.
Okay, that's sorted. It might be worthwhile to head over to Lucas. Maybe he's had more luck with some of the clues that led nowhere for me.
Yeah, but first, let's go to the cat and see how she is.
Nah, I'll let her sleep.
Alright, suit yourself, Kathy. Never hindered me to cuddle my cat. I hope Lucas doesn't take too long. Because that will be the last thing, and I hope, you know, before I end this episode, because we're about an hour now. But we'll see, we'll see. Oh, like in a dream.
Come on in. Hey, kid, solved the case yet?
I wish. I just, happened to be in the neighborhood. Thought I'd stop by.
Uh-huh. Make yourself at home. Let me know if you want to discuss the case.
Sure thing, will do. No way. I can't stand that stupid clicking sound. Just some old case files. I don't need to bother with these. Looks like Lucas has plotted out all the Soothsayer murders here on a map. I don't see any obvious pattern. Lucas has worn that old rag forever. The poor thing is falling apart at the seams. Hawaii is Lucas's vacation spot. He has some pipe dream about getting a place there when he retires.
Oh, I hope he can. I hope our dream was not like hinting at him dying throughout this case.
Man, I can smell those thick, juicy ones from here. Better stay clear for my own good.
They stink so much. I mean, cigarettes are, you know, I don't enjoy the smoke, but cigars, they really stink.
Lucas's favorite brand of whiskey. Despite my recent bout with it, I much prefer tequila.
Of course you do.
Pretty standard literature in the PI biz. I have copies of most of these back in my office. Just some old news coverage of a big case Lucas solved in the 80s. Mob-related. Got pretty hairy, he told me.
Wait, look, he has a... Is it a police scanner he has here? Photographs. Oh, the music is nice.
Old pictures of Lucas and his army buddies. He served in Vietnam. I've always been jealous of this view. It was the one thing I couldn't hope to match when I set up rain investigations.
Yeah, it looks like the classic PI view. Alright, Lucas, let's talk.
So, you were in my dream yesterday.
Oh, my condolences.
Yeah, it was creepy as hell. You kept ranting about your retirement and turned into a zombie.
Ha! Sounds like every other day at the office. You sure you were dreaming, kid?
Huh, yeah. I guess it could have been real life. Anyways, wanna discuss the case?
You bet. What you got?
Look what I found in Deborah's cabin.
Wow, nice find. No such luck for me. I went there and some annoying fan of Sinclair got in my way.
Oh God, bested by Randy? You're losing it, Lucas.
Bah. I bet that chubby paraplegic took a quick look at a girl like you and let you do whatever the hell you wanted.
You wish. Take your sexist excuses elsewhere, old man. Oh, and wait, it gets better. There was a clean fingerprint on the shard, too.
Holy moly. That could break the case wide open.
Don't I know it? I asked a contact at the KPD to run it for me.
Trustworthy, I hope? You might as well take that shit to the task force.
Nah, it's all good. Unlike my boy Randy, this guy actually wants to get in my pants.
TMI.
I got this from a friend. Figured it might be useful to have a reference mirror.
Sounds like an excuse to me. I think somebody is feeling an urge for a seance.
Huh, yeah, you caught me. I don't want to ask him about that.
What's that? Some, gay pride thing?
Not quite, Lucas. It's a chakra pendant.
Ah, never thought you'd be into tantra stuff. But hey, whatever floats your boat.
Oh,
I don't want to ask him about
I
that.
really want to know what the brochure is about.
Apparently some mystery person dropped this in my mailbox.
Huh. Pyre.
Oh, wow, Lucas. Am I ahead of you already?
Looks that way. Perhaps it's time for a trade.
Sure. I'll let you know if I come up with some information to trade for. I don't want to ask him about that.
Still carrying that beaut, huh?
Yep. I go nowhere without Judy. Still holding that old 6-shooter?
Sure thing. Betty here will serve me until the end of my days.
Like this. Is this hinting at his end of the days being near?
The Soothsayer is turning out to be quite an absorbing case.
Uh-huh. Are you sure it's the case? I can see those dollar signs in your eyes.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I am itching for that money, but I mean, it's not every day we get to investigate a serial killer, right?
It's definitely a first, even for this old-timer.
Anyway, I haven't found any solid links between the victims, have you? They seem arbitrarily chosen to me.
A varied bunch indeed. Different genders, ages, occupations, social class. Not much in common between the 5 murder scenes either. I'm as stumped as you.
So, Deborah Sinclair, huh? I gotta say, the Soothsayer is gutsy going after a celebrity like that.
Gutsy or riddled with hubris? That's the question. Hopefully it's the latter, and he got sloppy somewhere.
Yeah, let's hope so. So, that Jane Doe, the burned woman, it's taking some time to ID her, it seems.
Indeed. Whoever she was, it appears she wasn't missed much.
Now ain't that fucking sad? Some trafficking victim, maybe?
It's possible. Vulnerable people like that are often preyed upon by serial killers.
I guess so. But I don't know, this guy seems more unpredictable than your average murderer.
Agreed. We shouldn't forget that our guy has a tendency to defy pattern.
Let's talk about Deacon Townsend.
Sure. What do you think of that one?
Well, I wonder how the heck the Soothsayer managed to convince him to hang himself.
That's the question, isn't it? Every source I talk to paints the deacon as nothing but a devout Christian.
Maybe he wasn't as devout as he led people to believe. For all we know, he could have been a willing sacrifice.
I don't think so. My gut says he was betrayed by our bad guy.
Your gut, huh? We should probably trust that. It's pretty sizable after all.
Oof. Low blow, kid.
Actually, doesn't look like it's very sizable.
What's your take on the scrying mirrors?
Well, I don't think they're just calling cards. Whatever drives our bad guy, the mirrors play an important part.
Yeah, probably some fucked up occult ritual. Reverend Winters thought the murder scene looked like a sacrificial room.
Oh, wow. That old grouch talked to you. He wouldn't give me the time of day. I'm impressed.
What can I say? I'm a people person.
Ah, fuck off.
Yeah, he's really not good. He's got nothing we didn't already know. Jesus.
Do you know much about the King of Kings?
Nope. I only know it in relation to the murder.
What are your thoughts on the second victim, Eric Holloway?
Well, I'm not surprised the cops got it wrong at first. He certainly fits the profile of a suicide victim, given the rumors of depression and what happened to his ex, Sarah.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's why the Soothsayer chose him?
Could be. It'd certainly be easier to isolate a vulnerable person like that. Did you go to the apartment building?
I did. Managed to squeeze some info out of the neighbor next door. Had to grit my teeth and pretend to be a devout Christian, but I powered through it.
Probably not the last time you had to do that. What did you learn then?
Well, apparently Eric had a drug problem. And he was also engaging in a lot of casual hookups.
Interesting. I suppose it's not uncommon to get caught up in addictions after a trauma like that.
Did they talk like this in the 80s? 90s. It's 90s, right? I don't know. Feels a little bit, anachronistic, but whatever. Yeah, and now I get why Kathy didn't want to work with him, because he's useless.
So, Rose Taylor, the first victim, I hit kind of a brick wall there.
Yeah, been a while since that one. The husband wasn't very agreeable, I take it.
He told me, and I quote, "Eat shit and die."
Ha. Well, I caught the guy before he got fed up with us. He had some interesting things to say.
Oh, do tell.
Now, quid pro quo, remember? What do I get?
Well, how about I spill the beans on the pyre thing?
Sure, that's a fair trade. Ladies first?
If you insist. So, apparently, there's this new drug on the street called pyre. And the Soothsayer victims all had it in their bloodstream when they died.
Whoa, if this information is good, it must be part of the Soothsayer's MO.
Yes. It could also explain why some of the victims didn't resist, right? Pyre is a powerful hallucinogen, so they probably didn't even realize what was happening.
Not a bad theory. What else do you know about the drug then?
Your turn first. Orson Taylor.
Fair enough. So he and his wife, their marriage was a train wreck. They were going through a divorce.
Just like every other marriage in '98. Did he tell you why?
No, but I can read between the lines. Infidelity on her part.
Got anything concrete on this supposed lover?
Nope, and not for a lack of trying. I suspect the guy probably doesn't want to deal with the publicity after the murder, even if he had nothing to do with it.
Hardly more than a hunch, Lucas. What else have you got?
Well, you're aware of what line of work Rose was in, right?
The paper said she was a nurse. Why?
I dug up her employment history, and guess where she used to work a couple of years back?
Enough build-up, Lucas. Out with it.
Your mom's place. Angstrom's.
Oh, fuck. Really? That's one hell of a coincidence.
Just my reaction. Have you seen your mother lately?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, do with this what you will. Maybe she knows something about Rose. That's all I got. Your turn.
All right. So the pyre dealers like privacy, and they've managed to stay out of reach of both the law and rival criminals.
Interesting. How'd they manage to do that?
Obscure dealing practices, for one. I haven't got any first-hand information, but rumors say that they find dope fiends and give them pyre for free.
Huh, very strange. I'll need to look into this further.
You do that. As for me, I guess I'll have to go to Ingstrom's tomorrow. Fuck me.
His tit for tat was really unfair because we already spilled so many beans, but I guess we finally got some new information from him, so okay.
What do you know about the Azure Sky Motel?
Well, we both know that the first killing took place there. Other than that, I don't have any interesting tidbits to share. Seems like any other motel.
Yeah, that's my take too.
What if that was where she had the affair? And what if one of the other victims was the partner of that affair? Like, what if they are somehow all connected through stuff that's not common knowledge? Like, the Benedict Townsend could have, someone could have confessed to him about something. So, yeah, I'm trying to find connections that could be possible.
Do you know who Hannah Verdew is?
Nah, should I?
Not really, just curious.
Ah, she's not sharing.
Do you know the Club of Hearts?
Nope. Any relation to the murders?
Nah, just might be a useful source there.
Alright.
One of these days, someone is gonna mistake you for an actual bum in that raggedy old coat of yours.
Shows what you know, kid. Can't get any better than a tale of Mason and Dawn. Besides, we both know who of us is more likely to end up on the street.
Oh, quiet old man. I don't want to ask
Why
him
is it an
about
option then?
I see you've plotted out the murders on that map there. No pattern, right?
Not that I can see. They're all within the city limits or the immediate surrounding areas. But that's pretty much it.
Hawaii still the retirement plan?
You betcha. Just 2 more years.
That's what you said 2 years ago. Admit it, you'd be bored out of your mind on some beach.
Maybe, but that's the plan. And when I snatch this reward from under your nose, I'm all set.
Oh, dream on, buddy.
I'd love to go into retirement. With enough money, of course. Alright.
I don't want to ask him about that. That mob case way back when was pretty wild, huh?
Oh yeah. Wildest case of my career.
Wanna tell the story again?
Maybe when we're done with the Soothsayer. You know how long that tale is, and we both got work to do.
All business today, huh? Fine. The brick wall outside my office window sure makes me wish I had appreciated the view here more.
Yeah, I never get tired of it. And I've watched sunsets from here since, well, way before you were born, believe it or not.
Are you still keeping in touch with the guys from Nam?
Of course. It's my turn to host our regular get-together in July. Can't wait to show the boys around town.
A trench coat wearing, cigar smoking whiskey drinker. Man, you really are a walking caricature of a PI.
Well, at least one of us is a proper gumshoe.
Huh. Touché. Damn. Those cigars are giving me some serious cravings.
Don't even think about it. I ain't sharing those babies. Only for special occasions.
I don't want to ask him about that.
Okay.
I think that's all I got for today.
All right, then. Stick around for a bit if you want. I'll be up late with this paperwork anyway.
Thanks. I just might.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, we already looked at pretty much except the gun case.
A case for a Magnum revolver. That's where Lucas keeps his piece when he's not out in the field.
Okay. I think that was that. Bye.
Thanks, Lucas. I need to get some sleep now. Talk another day, yeah?
Sure. See you around, kiddo.
See ya.
Where's Mildred? What?
Huh? What's that noise? Oh, ew, Mildred, gross. Bon appetit, you little monster. I'm going back to bed.
Oh!
Everyone's here. It's been a busy house. The colors are just right. And we are all so very, very proud.
Oh, fuck.
Chasing leads, finish day 2. Alright!
Okay, Kathy. Time to get out there and confront the rain. And Mom.
Alright, oh my god, so sorry. Yeah, I really enjoy it. I already got spoiled a little, not by even reading anything about the game, because I usually don't read reviews, etc. for games I want to play, because honestly, the state of reviews always, they never not spoil. But I saw a title from one of the horror Let's Players I follow that was, wasn't a total spoiler, but it was a little bit of hinting at the directions. So, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to see where it goes. Obviously, there will be a supernatural element because it's now the weird dreams and the scrying mirror and everything. I don't think that this game will just be like the Nolan Batman, you know, where everything can be explained away by science or whatever. I think this will go deeper into it because, as I remember, the first game also went right into the supernatural at some point. So I'm waiting for that to really ramp it up, you know. But I really enjoy it. I think the puzzles are totally fine currently. I mean, last episode I had a little bit to do with the quiz, but that was just me overthinking stuff. But even that wasn't too annoying because the game is very forgiving. Like, you can repeat all over again and over again. Like, the wrench, the toolkit stuff, you know, where I'm like, I don't... But it didn't take too long, and it wasn't annoying because it's kind of... It's fun enough. It was a little bit annoying because you had to repeat the previous step. I thought that was a little bit unnecessary, to be quite honest. But it's nothing bad. I think the overall pacing of this game is quite well done so far. The conversations are very long, especially when you have to go through everything, like with Lucas right now. It's kind of interesting, but sometimes it's not. When it's a little bit too much, especially when it's about when it doesn't add anything to the characters or the story, and it feels just like small talk blabber. And I guess it's about, you know, filling out these characters and filling out the story and the world. But sometimes some of these conversations are a little bit, we could have just left that out and it wouldn't have hurt the game. But I think as of now, it's still balanced in a way that I'm okay with it. I hope the list of questions you can ask doesn't get, you know, infinitively longer, because then it can get really annoying when you have like half-hour conversations because you have to, you know, go through like 50 topics. But I think the game does a good job so far, for example, striking out things because people have not heard about that, or certain names, whatever. So I'm confident that this will not be the case, and I can't wait to see Kathy and her mother. I guess that was part of the first game. I can't remember. So I'll be like, I don't get it. But yeah, without any spoilers. So obviously if you have played the game yourself or seen a Let's Play through, this is maybe not for you. But if you're on the same wavelength as I am, or you had theories, what do you think? How are the victims linked? Again, no spoilers, but, you know, from just thinking about it, is it of things they did? Like, how are they connected? Do they know each other in some kind of, you know, 7 links to Kevin Bacon or whatever way? Or is it more a cult thing and they are very special people for a specific cult? I want to know. Tell me in the comments. Also, if you have anything else to add. Did you ever use a scrying mirror? Would you do that? And do you believe in chakras? And I try to be not judging here. I personally really don't believe in chakras. But yeah, if you have experience with them, I would love to hear from you, you know, just to share it and what they really mean and, you know, how you can measure them, etc. And that's pretty much it. See you next time. Bye! This is my self-recorded outro song so I don't get hit with copyright claims. If you subscribe to a lot of fun tutorials, reviews, and let's plays.